welcome to the Local Buzz. And the Local Buzz is a way for Vendvana to showcase all the amazing professionals out there and all of the amazing things that they are doing to help support their communities. So today we have Nancy with Joyful Art joining us, and she's going to tell us about an online auction that she created and is launching tomorrow, where the proceeds will go to benefit the Sonoran Arts League, as well as other local independent artists. So Nancy, thank you so much for this quick virtual chat. How are you doing today?
I'm awesome. Thank you for having me.
Nancy, can you give us a quick intro on who you are and what you do and why art is your passion?
Sure. Well, I am one of those independent artists. I started my art business about 3 years ago before I retired from corporate America. I retired from corporate America in September of last year, and I went full speed ahead into art. And I joined the Sonoran Arts League, which happens to be located in Cave Creek, Arizona, and got very involved. And it's a tremendous organization. They have 750 members. I would say that more than 95% of those members are artists. There are members that have joined to just do volunteer work, but most of them are truly artists. And relying on the league to support the local community. And so I'm kind of an extension of that with my art. And I started, I just love art. I mean, I've always loved art, but I couldn't make a living at it. So, so now that I don't actually have to make a living at it, I'm really enjoying it and finding ways to do other things to help others.
Awesome. Can you tell me why the Sonoran Art League is so near and dear to your heart? Other than being a fellow artist, what is that one thing that makes this, the Sonoran Art League really tick, would you say?
Well, there's lots of arts leagues in the area for sure and all over the country, but the Sonoran Arts League is known for two things specifically. One, they have a very strong mission to support the community. So they're a certified service provider, professional service provider organization, and that's because they deliver education, they deliver workshops, they deliver resources to the veterans and to the youth organizations out there. So they're giving back to the community through the form of art. And right now, most of what they've been doing is visual arts, but part of the expectation and the mission is to grow that beyond visual to also culinary and performing. And they also run the largest, probably most well-known art venue in all of Arizona, at least, if not further, called Hidden in the Hills, which happens in the fall. And it has a tremendous following, and it's a great venue for independent artists because it's an actual touring event. You go to the artist studio. You don't go to a gallery. You're going to see working artists in their home, in their studio. So those are the two reasons that I really got drawn to them versus some of the other art leagues, because they do a tremendous amount for the community.
Awesome. So why do you feel it's important to really help the local independent artists right now with the current situation that we're in?
Well, yeah, I came out of the technology business, so I'm pretty fluent in social media and technology and using all of the capabilities we have, using Zoom and GoToMeeting. And my friend and I started a couple of Facebook groups with artists and found that most of the artists were relatively inexperienced with all the social media channels, and they just didn't have the skill set. So we've tried to figure out ways to help them learn how to leverage these digital channels, because the galleries are all closed. Most of the venues where they would normally show their art are all closed. And so we needed to find a new way to expose them to a broader marketplace.
And would you say the artist community, you guys are really willing to help each other? And, if I learn something, you want to share that with the other artists in the community?
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's a very...
Absolutely. We have two Facebook groups. Kirby Plessis, who you also know, has a Facebook group called Curious Kirby Creatives, and we She runs a call twice a week that supports the artists on a lot of all these technologies. And then I have a Facebook group called Time to Shine, which is dedicated to giving artists information on where they can find places to show their art, calls for art, resources that are out there. When all the COVID resources came out, they were all posted. And then, of course, the auctions. So between the two of us, we're tag teaming, trying to help all the artists. And the artists actually are a very giving population because everybody's art is different. It's not like somebody's going to steal your art. They're not. And so what they're doing is we're learning from each other on how to leverage what each other is doing well and best practices and getting more exposure. And then it's up to the individual buyer to decide which art appeals to them more. So, there's really no competition.
Oh, that's awesome. And so with that, for the love of art and for the love of getting art out there, that's really what inspired you to do this online auction. Like you said, taking it the next step. Okay, past, social media and past, this digital marketing, what can I do next to help the local, Sonoran Arts League and local independent artists get out there? So that's where your online auction, that's how it was born from that.
Yeah, that's how the auction started, from a concept. And originally we thought we'd run it through the Sonoran Art League, but we found that it was just much faster for us, for me to do it myself and take on the liability and the risk from my own company standpoint. And then, of course, we've chosen the Sonoran Art League as our benefactor for the proceeds of the auction. And we put the call to art out very far and wide for U.S. artists. And as of this afternoon, I have 57 artists from 10 different states. They're not all just local.
And so and you say you have like over 500 pieces or something that you can buy?
We have 93 pieces on the website because we limited it to one piece per artist. And then each artist, if they wanted to, was allowed to submit a gift certificate, so they could offer a discount on art from their website or from their Etsy site or some other, whatever they wanted in their gift certificate. Most of them took advantage of it, but not all, because obviously I don't have 114. I have 93.
So how can people get involved? How can people, buy off the auction? What,
the easiest way to get in, there's two ways that people out there can get involved. First, for the auction, they can go to my website. It's on the header of every page of my website is a video that kind of gives you a teaser of some of the art, and as well as a button to click that says register here. You do need to register on the auction site in order to bid. It is free. I mean, when you bid, you have to provide, a form of payment, because if you buy something, you have to be able to pay for it. But that's the way to support the auction. And my website is nbreiman.com. Can't be much easier. And then the second way that they can help is we are always looking for volunteers for the Art League. And with Hidden in Hills being, so enormous, it's amazing what goes on behind the scenes to put together any kind of an art show or any kind of a program, to do a workshop, to do a veterans workshop. There's just all kinds of help needed. And I happen to be the volunteer coordinator for the Art League as well. So they can come to me if they're interested in being a volunteer, and we can get them, engaged and figure out which one of the committees and would be of most interest to them. And then I think, they could get involved and enjoy, working with the other artists and the other folks that are doing the different events.
So basically, if you have a passion for art, they just need to contact you and you can find some way that they can get involved.
Absolutely. Just come to me and we'll have a great chat and we'll figure out exactly where the right fit is.
And just to kind of wrap up a little, I know you said like the auction, it's not all paintings per se. I believe there's a gentleman who's selling like a table, there's jewelry. So it's a multitude of art. It's not necessarily just paintings. It's all faceted.
We have oil, acrylic, watercolor, mixed media paintings. We have ceramics. We have bronze sculpture. We have glass, multiple different glass sculptures from different glass artists. We have different types of jewelry, and we do have Rick Griggs' beautiful live edge wood table. And I mean, that's what he specializes in, and he's local right here in Cave Creek. So yeah, we have some amazing pieces on the auction.
Cool. Well, tell us a little bit about your art real fast. What do you specialize in, Nancy?
Well, I primarily paint in oil. That's my love. I do paint in acrylic and watercolor occasionally. Sometimes I'll do a mixed media piece. I love painting florals. I'm kind of a floral freak. I like to get close up with the floral. I'm not big on, looking at the colors from the landscape. I like to get up close. Maybe not quite as close as George O'Keeffe, but I like to get close to really see the detail of the shapes of the things that go on and the flower and the petals. And that's what really grabs my attention. Of course, bright colors. I paint in very bright colors. And I also run workshops. Right before COVID was starting, I had several on my calendar and had to cancel them. And I do one-on-one painting instruction in both oil and acrylic.
Awesome. Well, Nancy, thank you so much for sharing your passion of art, for your passion for the Sonoran Arts League, your passion for this online auction. It really comes through when someone talks to you, how much you just love art. And, the Vendvana community just wants to say thank you for all you do and for all you're doing for local artists in the area. So thank you so much. And 2 thumbs up that the auction is a huge success.
Thank you. Yeah, I really hope so. So, the more people that, can put eyeballs on it, I'm sure they'll see something they love. And the prices are very affordable too, I will say that.
Awesome. Thank you and have a great day.
Thanks, Mary Ellen. Thanks for having me.